Greetings everyone, this is the Dweller from North, and I'm bringing you a Sylvan Elves 0.99 version review. Full one this time, not just a sneak peek. I'm gonna go page to page, see what the new changes mean for us and stuff like that. I'm sorry for the lateness of this video, just my computer died. Stupid ass shit, technology. So I'm doing this on my other computer, which didn't have shit when it comes to recording stuff, so I had to fix some things up. But here it comes anyways. So let's start with the armor white rules. So let's see. Yeah, force follows, nothing new there. Yeah, the 6 inches from an objective. Just a clarification of everything, so nothing's really new there. The rares of spirits, this one I saw coming. We can now only have three fathers and three father ancients. So you can't spam the 4-3 list in 2.5 thousand point lists. Kind of saw that come as well, especially since I knew that Monster Mash in particular were going to get nerfed all around. Force Walker. Now here's some stuff that actually happened. First of all, the whole army, all the elves lost the armor piercing one, which I also saw coming because, to be honest, it was quite overpowered. Maybe not overpowered, but it was just, yeah, to have it on your glade guards and especially together with magical weapons, yeah, it was overpowered. It was really good, so I understand why they took that away. Although I do not really understand why they took this away. We lost fight an extra rank when we're standing in a forest. So basically, all we get is the reroll to wounds roll of once. That's everything. All we get for being forest walkers, except for Strider, of course. But would the farmer without forest Strider would be kind of silly, in my opinion. So yeah, a bit of a nerf there. Yeah, not a big a fan of that actually. Yeah, I don't know. Tree singing. Now, I love tree singing before. They upped the strength to strength 5 instead of strength 4 armor piercing. I'm liking that. What I don't like is that they have taken away the path of nature attribute when you cast it. So basically, tree singing is just fluff. I mean, 1d6 strength 5 won't do too much. It's still an upgrade you need to buy. It's so situational. You need to be inside a forest for it to actually work. And in a tournament list, I do not really see a big use for it. You could probably spend the point somewhere else. So yeah, not liking that as well. Emboldened boss. Unit with a majority of its models with this rule gain stubborn when the majority of the unit's footprint is within a forest. So that's basically the treekins or the tree shepherds and stuff. So over to the armory, Hawthorne Point lost armor piercing. I'm absolutely hating that. I need to say that. Yeah, I'll get to the issues I have later with it, but yeah, that nerf's kind of hurts. Impeding roots. Now this hurts even more. You now can't march and fire, so basically you have a 17-inch range. I was not under the impression that Impeding Roots actually was overpowered. Sure, it was pretty good, and yeah, if you had 4 Tree Fathers, potentially it could do some damage, but I'm not really liking that. I would rather it took away like the ignore hits modifier for long range, so we hit harder, but we can still march and shoot, because now we're gonna get like 1 shot off, maybe 2, and uh, also it's an upgrade now, so I don't really see it working. Other than that, to compensate for the armor wide armor piercing, it's it was supposed to stay on the units that actually needed them. So we have a new equipment instead. We have the Sylvan Lance, which is a light lance with armor piercing, not a lance, a light lance. And we have Sylvan Blades, count as paired weapon with armor piercing 1. So that's something at least. And then Elven Cloak. Now this is kind of a nerf. If combined with light armor only, the wearer has innate defense 6 plus. So yeah, crap. It's gonna be harder to get that 1 plus save, but yeah, I still don't think it was overpowered. I can buy it, but I don't agree with it. Let's put it like that. So over to the Kindreds. Some changes here. Blade Dancer Kindred got nerfed to bits. Could have understood why, because I ran a War Dancer BSB and it was just awesome for the price. Although in my opinion, this is kind of too much of a nerf, I would say. Or it definitely takes away the killing part of the character. Now we get to 6 plus ward save. I would have wanted to see a 5 plus at least. Immune psychology, yeah, that doesn't really matter. You get all the dances. This is pretty nice though. The burst unit gains swift stride, which can be really nice together with the blade dancers. So that part I'm actually liking a lot. And also that you cannot use shooting weapons or armor, but you can still, now you can take mundane close combat weapons and magical close combat weapons, which makes this kind of, so it's still pretty nice. I mean, you can kit him up pretty good nowadays. I'm actually, yeah, I'm gonna need to try that out. Pathfinders, some point adjustments. Wild Hunter, some point adjustments. I really get that because it was seriously under costs. 15 points before for a chieftain, and you could just kick ass with him. With that being said, you can probably kick ass even more now because if you read this, models mounted on Ellen's horse or Great Elk. You can model against Frenzy, so you get Elk against Frenzy. The bear against Devastating Charge and Light Troops. The bear also gains fear for the duration of any player turn in which is charged. So basically, you can have your Great Elk being a fast cav now, which is kind of awesome. I'm liking that a lot. It's my mind is telling me it's gonna get nerfed before 1.0. I hope not, because I do see some potential in this. I just, yeah, could be a little bit overpowered though to have monstrous cavalry being light troops, but yeah, I don't know. Time will tell. I'm certainly gonna try it out. Shapeshifter Kindred, nothing new, nor cannot be joined by other characters, so that's just clarification in my opinion. Entangling Vines, point up, right, to 50 points. For Lords, Scarred Bard, this is a new one. Rides in the same unit as the model with this aspect, gain hatred. So now you can still gain hatred on your Dryads, but you have to pay for it. Which is also what I could kind of buy that. The combo with Dryads, sorry, having strength 5 and hatred was just really powerful. So now you have to at least pay for it. Toxic Spores. Every model in the base unit gains a shooting attack with following profile. Range 12, so they nerfed the range. Strength 3, lethal strike. Yeah. I suppose. Could work. I'm not liking the range 12 though. Oaken Crown. Yeah, so you need to wear this on your general. If you do that, every unit, for Spirit unit or Dryads and Thicket Beasts can take full command. And also you can name one Thicket Shepherd to be the battle standard bearer for 25 extra points. So oaken crown to actually be able to have the thicket chef at BSB. Entwined roots does not no longer work on dryas. I could actually see that working. And see that coming rather. So only thicket beasts is strength 5 now. Nice. Still bite. Thicket beasts are really awesome sauce. Magic items. So the Sacred Spear of Cadron got kind of nerf. Oh, maybe not. So you gain the +1 strength, and you still the bear and all rank and file mods again distracting. Okay, so you can't really, you can't protect other characters with it, but yeah, we lost the multiple wounds too on it. I don't know. I'm gonna get to that later as well when I go through the problems I see right now. Whirlwind Blade point increase for lords. Otherwise, it's still the same. Talisman, Ancient Brooch is gone. Blue. No, it was a really good item for 35 points, and needless to say. Fireblood Pennant. Neither the bear nor anyone who attacks the bear in close combat gains any strength bonuses from either magical or mundane weapons. Right. When the hell would you use that? I can see it. Maybe not. But why would you put it in a wizard? I don't know. Drums of Canyon, 25 points. So one is only now. You can only declare a hold reaction. This will actually work really good with Swiss Stride. So I'm liking that change actually. One is only I can understand because bloody hell you could kind of abuse it otherwise. So now you have to just pick the combat that matters, go in there, have the swift stride. They can't stand and shoot if it's some stupid highborn elves or something else nasty. So yeah, I'm liking it actually quite a lot. Sacred Seeds, Mods on Foot only, 35 points. This item at the end of any friendly movement phase. So now you need to walk and then place forest, and you need to touch the bearer and at least 1 inch away from enemy units. It's still 6 inch in diameter. Yeah. Not the same, but kind of. Hail Shot, now here are some changes. Yeah, if I at short range, it gains. So we lost arm piercing 1 always, but we gain on short range, so you need to more plan when you shoot a hail shot. Personally, I almost every time shoot at short range anyways, because I want to hit with as many shots as possible, so yeah, I can still bite, but the hail shot is really good at magic item. Mistwalker's Mirror, 1 use only. Right. So that got a pretty nice nerf. So you can only teleport once. Interesting. Let's see here. It's all the new stuff. Sylvan Blades, Sylvan Lance, and Elven Cloak. High Druid point increase, right? Bloody hell, 215 points for level 4. Tree Singing down to 15 from 25. But why the hell would you take Tree Singing nowadays? Unicorn, 50, that's an increase, right? Or is it a decrease? I can't remember. I never played unicorns. Tree Father Ancient versus Spirits. Impending, as I said before, Impending Roots now upgrade. That actually costs 25 points. So you can't march anymore, and it costs 25 points. I can't see too many real tournament lists actually using it. Point increase as well to gain level 3 wizard and level 4 wizard, right? Avatar got a pretty big point increase, so 330 points. I take a single aspect, no magic items. Right. So yeah, I haven't played them that much to actually have a good opinion about them. I tried a friends list like once, and it was pretty darn good, but stupid kitty. My problem with the tree for ancient is the initiative 2. That's the thing that is all. Or initiative 3, with Avatar. It's almost gonna hit last every time. He's strength 7, that's really nice. Which 6 is really, also really nice. Otherwise, yeah. 6 attack at strength 7, which 6, it's really nice together with Thunderstomp. It's 3 stuff that bothers me, but hey, it's a treat. It should hit pretty slow, right? Chieftain, same there. Some. Oh, Great Elk now 40 points. Great Eagle 55, right. Otherwise, on the new equipment. Why would it take a Forest Eagle? I can't understand since there's no Kindred that actually allows it. Druid, Tree Singing 15 points. Why bother? Unicorn 40 points, pretty good. Dried Matriarch, huge point decrease, but there's a reason to it. So they're 50 points now. You can buy Tree Singing. You may become a level 1 wizard for 20 more points, so you're up to 70. And you can take the aspect. So if you want hatred on your unit, you need to spend 110 points. Not even that. If you don't want it to be a wizard, you can spend 90 points to get it, so it's still pretty good in my opinion. Thicket Shepherd, Ballistic 4, yeah. Why the hell would anything else? But Stanberry, yes, you need to have the upgrade, and he gains the Emboldening buff, so he's stubborn in a forest, so nothing new there, just rephrasing. Forest Guard. Have they gone down in points? We have light armor and shield now. Elven Cloak plus 2 points a model, so we can get a 4-up save for 11 points. The huge thing though is that we lost Bodyguard on them. And that kind of hurts, to be honest. Not that I was losing too many combats when I played them, but when you do lose, you want it to stick. So I need to try them out. Sylvan Archers, they're still 12 points a piece as before with black arrows. Definitely buying it. They should cost 12 points. Sylvan Archers are, in my opinion, as they shouldn't change anything on them right now. 12 points for black arrows. I don't give a shit about the other elf what they get their core archers for, but black arrows is really good, and 12 points seems like a good point value for them. Heath Riders, gone down in points, I believe, to 17. They now have Sylvan Lance and Longbow. They do not have Ambush included. So, may exchange Longbow for Shield. So let's see, they have Mount Protection 6+, they have Light Order 5+. 4+ with the Shield, but then you lose the Bow. And you can exchange Fast Cab for Elven Cloak, which we can go down to a 3+ save for 19 points a model. That's pretty good. There's still Fast Cab, even with that. No, then they're losing Fast Cab, of course, with Elven Cloak. And now you can take Ambush as an upgrade, but you can't be the Veteran Standard Bearer. Okay, that's never used banners on them anyways, but yeah, I can see some uses for them actually. Now, Dryads, 12 points a model, haven't always been 80 points for the first 8, so the first 8 are pretty cheap. 30 points for Skirmish, max 15 models. Yeah, I'm totally buying it. They were really powerful before. So let's see, my favorites, Blade Dancers. I'm hating this one though. Initiative 5 instead of 6. I mean, come on, it's Blade Dancers. There should be Initiative 6. My problem with this is that now they're gonna get hit back by a crap ton of stuff because there's a lot of things having Initiative 5 nowadays. And if you hit back on a Blade Dancer, you're gonna die. Toughness 3 with a 6+ ward save ain't gonna cut it. They're gonna die like shit now. So I'm not liking the Initiative 5 nerf, actually. Oh, wait a tick. Never mind. Now I know why. They have the Sylvan Blades. Paired weapons. So they're actually at Initiative 6. Never mind. Clarification. And that's why we get down to 1 attack as well, because now we're Sylvan Blades. So basically we still have Initiative 6 and we have 2 attacks. with armor piercing because the Sylvan Blades. So the Sylvan Blades actually nullifies the nerf to armor piercing, the nerf to initiative, and the nerf to attacks. It's just now it's Sylvan Blades. So no real change. Loving it, except for this one. Yeah, we lose armor piercing with if we take the ward save dance, but who gives a shit? We won't take the ward save dance. We're not gonna do damage. We're just gonna not die. Dance of Disarming Delusions. Enemy units in base contact cannot use parry. Right. So we lost the Assassination Dance, which in all fairness could be very powerful at sometimes against certain characters, not too good against other characters, but yeah. Yeah, so now they're actually more as like a support unit now than anything else. I've also used them as a multi-tool purpose unit. They could assassinate. They could hold the ground in a forest. They could flank, charge rank and file for insane damage. So I'm still buying them. They're actually they're still a good unit. As also no, they're a glass cannon, but yeah, they do have some support capabilities. So I kind of like them. Forest Rangers. Now I know there's some buffs here, so they're down to 11 points a model. They're still the great weapon. They have the armor piercing. They got immune to psychology, but they lost bodyguard as well. Now you can upgrade bodyguard for an additional 1 point a model, and they may take Elven Cloak for 1 point. So yeah, you cannot get the same as before with all the upgrades, but now you can choose to not have the upgrades. I don't know if I'm gonna take the Elven Cloak. A 5+ save doesn't do too much these days. I'm still gonna use them though. I've painted up the unit. Bloody hell, I'm gonna use them. You just need to find a good use for it. Wild Huntsman. Now I know this is something that's been discussed quite a lot on the forums, and it's the fact that they got nerfed to initiative 5. They have the Sylvan Lance. There's the armor piercing. 5+, 3 points for a shield. 4+. We can no longer get the 3+ save. We're light troops though. Frenzy, 6+ ward save. Yes, 31 points for shields. You can buy them Vanguard now for 2 points a model. And this is also new. You can exchange the Sylvan Lance for Sylvan Blades. I'm kind of 3 points a model still pretty much though. I'm still kind of liking it. That means that you can have them for 2 different purposes. The strength 5 ones to get some harder opponents, while if you take the paired weapons, especially against other elves, you get up to that initiative 6. You will gain 4 attacks on the charge from a normal rank of 5, which is pretty insane. But it's only gonna be strength 4 armor piercing. So yeah, I'm liking it. I can still see some stuff work. There's definitely still a really good unit. No point tonight. They're expensive but really good. So over to Kestrel Knights. It took away the 2-point model minimum, so now it's 3 models. They went down to 40 points a model. That's kind of decent of them. They have the Sylvan Lance. Let's see. They have the fast cap, not fly 9. I still think they should be fly 10 because they should be fast. Devastating Charge, rides only. Armor piercing 1, Kestrel only. So we're still armor piercing on both of them. Kestrels lost Lethal Strike. It wasn't doing too much, but it's touching an issue I'm going to take up in the end. We can still max them up to 55 points a model to get the 4+ save and skirmish. Well, it's still pretty good. They're down to 2 wounds by again the deficit. That's actually something I've been talking about since always. They're now in special. They're more offensive or offensively kitted than before, which I like a lot. I'm definitely gonna use them. I see a lot of uses for them. Need to try them out. Thicket Beasts, 50 points. That's an increase, right? 60 points with the strength 5. Bodyguard Thicket Shepherd, that's a kind of a buff. So as long as you have your stupid BSB in there, they're always going to be stubborn. And that's really nice. And Emboldened Boss, so they're stubborn in force if you don't have the BSB. So yeah, the Thicket Beast star is still really, really, really powerful. You have to pay for it, but it's powerful. It's really nice. Over to rare now. Sylvan Sentinels, they got nerfed to shit because now they're rare. You can only have 10 models in a unit. Hawthorne points is now lost armor piercing. You can no longer take musician or standard bearer or magical standard on them. Yeah, I honestly I do not see why you would take them. Sure, 110 points for 10 archers with poison, but they're in rare. They're actually competing against pathfinders, your mandatory eagles, and tree fathers. So I'm afraid Sylvan Sentinels won't be seen too much in this edition, sadly. Pathfinders still the same. In my opinion, they're overpriced. If Pathfinders would get the ability to take poison shots, then I could buy 20 points a model. Now I actually don't. Forest Eagles, 50 points, 30 points if you want a unit of them. We can take the upgrade to give them lightning reflexes. That's kind of cool. So they're still the same. They still always have Forest Eagles in your armor, guys. Always. Briar Maidens, point decrease, 110 points. Then 22 points for extra models. You can have up to 10 in a unit. Champion went down to 60 points, so it's still 170 points for the Conclave. The question is it worth it? Not sure. I'm gonna try them out, actually. Still, it's a step in the right direction at least. I really want the Briar Maidens to be something you can use. I want everything. You want to be able to use everything, but still. So Tree Father went down in points to 215, but that's because they lost Impaling Roots. You now have to pay 20 points for Impaling Roots, as I stated before. With the non-march and fire, I don't know. I have a hard time with it. I mean, if you have 2 Tree Fathers and want to Impaling Roots on them, you need to pay 40 points, and 40 points is actually quite a lot when you're using the last points for the list and tweak other stuff. So yeah, I would actually, if you could still march and shoot, I could actually buy I would buy Impaling Roots for 20 points, absolutely. But now that you can't march and shoot, I don't think 20 points is actually worth it. Tree Singing, definitely not worth it without the attribute, in my opinion. Mounts. So yeah, another nerf to Wild Hunter Kindred. We can only get Mount Protection 6+ if you're a Wild Hunter Kindred, but otherwise it's 5+ as always. Can still kind of buy that. This glass cannon idea stuff. Forest Eagle can still take lightning reflexes. Unicorns went down to 1 wound and strength 4, but gained thunderous charge instead. So they're again to that's they're following the Great Elk with the 1 wound stuff, so you won't get 3 wounds on a hero. You'll get your 2 wounds. I don't know how it looks in other books. If they have the same, please tell me. Or I haven't had the time to read all the books yet. If this is something that's happening to all the books, I'm definitely buying it. If it happens only to us, I'm not buying it. Let's put it like that. I hope everyone gets it, because I do feel it's kind of balancing, instead of just giving all your heroes 3 wounds. So yeah. Dragon one of kind, still the same as always. Obstacle 5, strength 6, 6 wounds, 5 attacks, 3. Strider, Forest, Fly Siren, Breath Weapon. Now, I have one wish for the dragon. One wish, just to make it stand out a bit, to be like, yeah, this is our Sylvan dragon. And that's to actually take away Strider Forest and give him stupid forests, whatever it's called. Forest Walker. And make him a forest spirit. I know it's kind of, they would be kind of better than a lot of other dragons, but in my opinion, dragons nowadays, they just don't cut it. They die way too easy for the point they actually cost to bring to the table. To have a 5+ ward on the dragon, I would say would be pretty nice and not overpowered. But that's just my opinion. So that's about it. I'm just gonna go through some of the stuff, the issues I see with Sylvan Elves right now. That I do not see too. I've watched some of the Highborn Elves book. There's a lot of stuff there that, in my opinion, the rules team missed. Especially the sister spam is just insane. But yeah, our two great weaknesses right now is that we have close to nothing to handle monsters. Yeah, sure, we have the sentinels, but without the arm piercing, they're not gonna be worth it. I mean, to get those 6s, the poison shots, it's like, yeah, I don't know. You need to bring quite a lot of them, and you can bring 20, which is kind of a tree father instead. So yeah, that's kind of the only poison we got. Because the bow didn't get any changes. In my opinion, the bow should have armor piercing. I know they designed the bow out of from Sister of Twilight, and bloody hell, she had the strength 1 armor piercing poison attacks. So yeah, it should have. It's such a random item, anyways, with 2d6 shots, and yeah, you're still paying points for something that's only occasional, and if you need to be lucky for it to actually work. So at least armor piercing on that one, please. And also when we talked about spear, we lost the multiple wounds 2 on it, which doesn't bother me generally. It bothers me now because, as I said, we have really little stuff to handle monsters with. We need to kit our characters to kill monsters, basically. To just have 40 archers firing at one monster to try to get those 6s, it's just not a playstyle that's... It's not reliable. It's not a fun playstyle. It's... I don't know. We need to have something more against monsters. Now I know the monster match is overall nerfed, so hopefully I won't be facing like 4 phoenixes and a dragon or something stupid like that. But yeah, as the monsters, I still see as a weakness to this book, especially compared to other books I've been reading. And then to the other issue, which is kind of even bigger, and that's high armor. We have close to nothing against high armor, right? Yeah, sure, we get some armor piercing attacks from special units, so we can get the strength 5 armor piercing, but that's only -3 armor save. If you have a 1-up armor save, and that's only on our charge that we get that with the Wild Huntsman and stuff. I mean, it's gonna be freaking hard to kill cavalry. Or even worse, kill monsters with high armor. I'm talking about you, Demon Princess shits. Especially since they took away the Lisa Strike on the Kestrels. Still, like that wasn't they didn't do too much, but it's just it's kind of hard. And also Pathfinders. Yeah, I know they have the arrow with -3 to armor save, but I mean it's you're paying if you have 10 of them, you're paying 200 points for the unit. Able skill 5, with probably with some penalties, and you need to hit stuff, and then you're only strength 3, and it's only -3 armor save, so it's like 1 plus becomes a 4 up. Empire Knights, yeah, you're hitting on save 3s, and you're wounding on 4s. That's probably 3 wounds, and you will save half of them. That's a bit of a 1 wound a turn for a unit you pay 200 points for, and that's only as long as either the knights nor the pathfinders are in combat. So yeah, it's too much points for what they actually bring. And not to mention like Chaos Knight with toughness 4. I mean, you're wounding on 5s. You're not gonna see a lot of wounds there. So yeah, please give us something against high armor. Something more against high armor. Before we always used the Pathfinders because they had the no armor save arrow, and Blade Dancers because of the Lethal Strike dance, and still yeah that was powerful. But it was not OP by any. We still had to struggle and fight to get off those wounds. So yeah, high armor and monsters, still the issues, still the counters, except for stupid Hybrid Elves and beast shooting and cannons. Especially those stupid volley cannons. Bloody hell. And magic missiles, of course. But that's always been somewhat a counter. But my biggest issues are still so hard to kill monsters and so hard to kill high armor, and for my part, that's really frustrating. If you don't agree, please tell me why. And please share your tactics against high armor and your setups on your characters that deal with the high armor or whatever. Give me some ideas how to deal with the high armor. I have a few of them myself, but it's not a viable option in my opinion. It's too much points for one thing to handle. Anyhow, that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.